Hello, I'm Annie Musu, a certified EFT tapping master practitioner. I help women build confidence, set boundaries, and enjoy healthy relationships. Welcome to my podcast, Hush Your Mind, building a better relationship with yourself. On this show, I offer practical wisdom to help you clear fears, limiting beliefs, and trauma so that you can gracefully create a life you love. Thanks for joining me for episode number 20 of my podcast, Hush Your Mind, building a better relationship with yourself. Owning my sexuality has been a magnificent spiritual journey to reclaim my power. As a recovering people pleaser, I've come a long way in advocating for my truth in all areas of my life. Changing my relationship to pleasure in general has brought about more creativity, joy, and balance. In this episode, you'll learn why it's vital to embrace your sexuality and how you can start on your journey, partnered or unpartnered. So let's go. An easy way for me to embrace my sexuality? Wear a mini skirt. Sometimes when I'm feeling a bit flirty, I put on my favorite black jean miniskirt. As I stroll downtown, I love how the breeze caresses my legs and the inevitable feminine vibe. And I'm not the only one enjoying it. Men ogle at me, some women smile. Born in the 60s, the miniskirt still represents fun, coquettish fashion and sexual freedom. But I've noticed something particular too. Some women stare at my long legs and frown. This deep frown communicates loudly, "Ew, I'll never be as pretty," or "What a slut." I'm not surprised at all. Though mass media is highly sexualized, society shames us for our sexuality and our bodies. Yet who we are sexually plays an important role in our relationships, sense of worth, and joy. Our sexuality includes our sexual thoughts, beliefs, and behaviors. When we don't embrace our sexuality, it disconnects us from ourselves and our partners. The resulting guilt and shame can cause us to self-sabotage. Without a doubt, honoring our whole selves is key to a fulfilling life. Our body deserves respect. No matter what size, shape, or form, our body is a marvel of nature. Did you know your heart beats more than 3 billion times in an average lifespan? Or that the human skeleton renews itself completely every 10 years? Believe it or not, 99.9% of our genes are identical from one person to the next. That means less than 1% genetic difference account for varying traits like eye color and height. Though our body does amazing things, it's hard for many people to appreciate it. Women especially struggle with valuing their body because it doesn't match conventional standards. Physical assault, injury, or illness can make us feel unsafe in our own body. We tend to devalue our body and ourselves, which disempowers us in all aspects of life, including sexuality. As a result, we might beat ourselves up, chase perfection, or deprive ourselves of pleasure. We might miss the opportunity to deepen our relationship with our partners. Because if we're not comfortable in our own skin, it's tough to let someone else know us intimately. Whether we're in a relationship or not, embracing our body and our sexuality is first and foremost a personal affair. So take time to appreciate your body. Look at your body in the mirror and admire all of its nooks and crannies. What thoughts are you thinking? Would you say that to your inner child? Can your body just be a body without labels or judgments? Letting go of sexual shame. Like many people, my religious upbringing negatively impacted my perception of sex. I was taught that sexual desires keep us from achieving inner peace. The Buddha explained in the Sutta Nipata that the craving for sexual pleasures causes suffering. Many years later, after marrying Loic at age 23, I learned that sex and sexual desires are natural. Loic grew up with progressive parents who regularly invited their friends of all sexual horizons over. Far from being a taboo subject, sexuality was simply an aspect of an adult's life. Nowadays, society seems to lean toward a lack of shame around sex. Sex sells, as they say. But here's the thing. Sex wouldn't sell as well if we didn't have sexual shame. The unabashed sexual nature of mass media contrasts starkly with how we really feel about our sexual selves. We all want sex, but avoid talking about it. We repress our guilt, fear, and embarrassment, which isolates us further. Embracing our sexuality is about being comfortable in our own skin and expressing our true selves. To me, Buddha's teaching about restraining sexual activity was meant to invite us lay people to appreciate sex for what it is, a healthy and essential aspect of human existence. Because it's easy to seek validation in external factors like appearance, money, status, and sex, it serves us well to learn how to feel good about ourselves without superficial props. As long as we approach sex consciously, we can enjoy it at any age without inhibition. So how do you start to honor your sexual self? To embrace your sexuality, Dr. Christiane Northrup encourages us to identify limiting beliefs such as, I deserve sexual pleasure only if I look XYZ or weigh XYZ. Masturbation is bad or sinful. Good women don't sleep around. My partner or sexual attractiveness determines my worth. Sex is only for procreation. My partner's sexual desires are more important than mine. Sex should be XYZ or look like XYZ. For example, there's foreplay, then penetration, then your partner's orgasm/ejaculation, then the end. We can experience sex as physical, emotional, mental, and/or spiritual connection with ourselves and others. Having more sex even boosts our immune system, relieves stress, and improves heart health. What's most important is to acknowledge our shame and discover who we are sexually. That way we can stop depleting our energy being someone we're not. So take small steps towards sexual freedom by taking care of yourself, putting on a sexy outfit, or making an erotic collage. One of the most intimate moments I've had with myself was when I spent 8 hours drawing a nude self-portrait. Taking nude selfies does wonders too. If you're feeling brave, dare to look at your genitals in the mirror. Sexologist Martha Lee advises us to use the correct terms for our body parts so that, quote, we can make sense of what we know and feel in our body, end quote. Need a helping hand? Pun intended. If you have a vulva, learn what gives you pleasure with the Happy Playtime app. On their site, it says the app, quote, is a series of sex education games and tools whose aim is to eliminate the stigma around female masturbation, end quote. Bring your full awareness to the experience. Go slowly and focus on any pleasurable sensations. Let go of any expectations and explore what kind of touch feels good. Breathe deeply. Everyone deserves to enjoy sexual pleasure. Ultimately, it's about the freedom to be who we are. Embracing our sexuality is about reclaiming our full potential. Because anytime we say yes when we want to say no, and vice versa, we're not being true to who we are. For many people, integrating their sexuality is the missing piece to joy. Like any other emotion, sexual feelings come and go, yet so much baggage obstructs their natural flow. With enough courage and curiosity, we can learn how to let go of rigid beliefs, welcome our sexuality, and allow the most delectable life possible. Thank you so much for joining me in this episode of Hush Your Mind. I'm currently offering free EFT tapping sessions in exchange for a short interview. Sign up for your session at hushyourmind.com/interview. You can also find the link in the show notes. May you have the courage to love and accept yourself. Be well and take care.